Alrighty, this is Module 1, Lesson 18, the problem set. And in this lesson, we are going to be solving multi-step word problems. And we're going to use tape diagrams again. And then we're going to assess whether our answer is reasonable enough by using an estimate with rounding. So we have a lot of things going on here. So let's get right to it. All right, so today is all about word problems. And when you see a word problem, what do? Oh no, it's a word problem. No, you say, yes, it's a word problem. Why? Because usually you only have to do a couple of them. So it's not like a whole page of calculations. It's basically just trying to figure out what are we supposed to do. Well, let's look at this one. Well, one thing they want us to do is draw a tape diagram. And they want us to use numbers to solve. And then they want us to write the answer as a statement. Okay, so let's look at the first one. In 1 year, a factory used 11,650 meters of cotton. That's 4,950 fewer meters of silk than cotton, and 3,500 fewer meters of wool than silk. How many meters were used in all for all three fabrics? So, well, we know that our answer is going to be some meters. So let's see this. So this is our question is how many meters were used in all. So we're going to say blank. Well, let's put our blank down a little bit farther. But what we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, so blank meters of fabric. Blank meters of fabric was used. Okay, so let's see. Well, the first thing we do know for sure is how much cotton there is. So let's do like a tape. Let's do a tape for cotton, a tape for silk, and a tape for wool. So cotton, we know how much that is. It's going to be 11,650 meters. Okay, and we'll use M for meters. Okay, so that's how much for cotton. Now silk, we have 4,950 meters fewer than cotton. So let's see, silk will do S. So that's going to be less. That's going to be less, okay? And how much less is it going to be? It's going to be, well, it's going to be this amount right here. And that amount is, they told us what that was. That's 4,950. So in order to get this amount, we have to do some subtracting, okay? So let's go ahead and do that before we worry about the wool. Let's figure how much silk we have. So we have 11,650. From that, we're going to subtract 4,950. So 0, 0. Borrow 1 from here, which makes that 16. So 9 and 7 is 16. That's now a 0. So that's 10, so that's 6. 6,700. So we know now that the silk it's not question mark anymore, because now we figured out what it was. We figured out now that it is 6,700 meters. Let's write that in, 6,700 meters. All right, so now we've got that figured out. So now all we have left to figure out is wool. And for wool, it's 3,500 fewer meters of wool than silk. So now we have, it's going to be even shorter, okay? And why is it going to be even shorter? Because it's less than wool, okay? Wool is 6,700, but now we need to figure out, well, what's the amount less? So that's this amount here. You know, like if I drew a dotted line, it'd be down to here, okay? So we need to figure out this we know it's this much less. It's 3,500 less, and we know that silk had 6,700. So to get this here, we need to do another subtraction. We need to subtract 6,700, and we need to subtract 3,500 from that, and then we get 0, 0, 2, 3,200. So we now know that the wool is, going to be 3,200. So now we know that the cotton is 11,000. We knew that from the beginning. These are all meters. And we know that now from our subtracting, we know that the silk is 6,700, and we know that the wool is 3,200. That's all it was asking. What was it asking us? Well, how much of all of them are used? So how do I show that? And I'm going to change colors just so you can see that. That is all of these together. Oh, that did not come out very well. Let's clean that up. All right, let's try that again. All three of those. So we want all three of those added up together. That's going to be our answer. So now we have to add 11,650 meters. That's the cotton. And then the silk was 6,700 meters. And then finally, the wool is 3,500 meters. So all we have to do now is just add those up. Okay, we have meters, so we have 0, 0. Well, 7 and 6 is 13, and 5 is 18. Okay, carry the 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Carry the 1. So our answer is 2,800 meters. Well, something is not right here. Let's go back and do this again, because I have a feeling we did something wrong here, and we did. So let's go back and check our work. So this is not correct. Let's go back and check our work. All right, let's try this again. Okay, 0, 5. Okay, and then we have, that's what I did wrong. This is not 5 there. That's why it's good to check our work. This is not 5. There's no 5 right there. Okay, so let's try this again. It's 3,200 meters. So now let's try this again. 7630, this is a 5. Okay, now we got the right answer. So it's always good to make sure you're writing down the right amounts. I wrote down this, 3,500, which was wrong. All right, so now we add them all together. We get 21,000, and it's okay to make a mistake, as long as you go back and correct it, 550 meters. So 21,550 meters of fabric was used. So there you go. Hope I didn't confuse you a bit on that last little bit, but anyway, that's how many meters were used. And we're going to skip and go on to number 3. We're going to skip 2. We're going to go straight to number 3. All right. Number 3. So, in number 3, in the first week of June, a restaurant sold 10,345 omelets. The second week, it sold 1,000 fewer omelets than in the first week. Third week, 2,000 more were sold than in the first week. And in the fourth week, 2,000 fewer were sold than in the first week. Well, there's only 1 week we know for sure how many. They want to know all the omelets sold in June, all 4 weeks. Okay. Well, only one thing that we know for sure is the first week, and this is the amount in the first week. So we do know that, and we can make that tape right away. So we can go, okay, week number 1. We know how many were sold. So let's go ahead and start off with How many were sold in week 1? And in week 1, it was 10,345. Now, for each one of these other weeks, we have to do some adding or subtracting. So let's see. So for week 2, for week number 2, that's the second week here. This is how many? 1,096 fewer than week 1. So how do we show that? Well, it's going to be less. So our tape can't be as long as week 1. It has to be shorter. Okay, and it's shorter by 1,096. That's this amount here, which would kind of be like if we had that one go all the way down to here. Okay, so this is 1,096 less. So to figure out that amount, we would just do some subtraction, and we're gonna go ahead and do that right now. So we're gonna figure that out. So that's let's do that our math over here. So 10,345, 3. Take away 1,096, 0, 0. Okay, so that's going to be 9, because this is a 15. This is 3, but then we're going to need to borrow from here, so that's 13. So that's 4. Okay, and then 2 take away 0 is 2. Okay, then basically 10 take away 1 is 9. So week 2, we know now that they sold 9,249. That's week 2. All right, what about week 3? Well, week 3, they did 2,000 more than in the week 1. Okay, so week 3, they did, there's week 1, and week 1 again was 10,345, but they did 2,000 more. Okay, so this is 2,000 more here. So basically that's going to be 12,345. So we know that week number 3 is 12,345. So that one's going to be 12,345. So that is week 3. Okay. And then finally in week 4, they did 2,000 fewer than the first week. So 2,000 fewer. So now instead of going all the way to 10,000, we're going to go shorter. And we're going to be shorter by, this time we're going to be shorter by 2,000. Okay, so we know that it's going to be 10,345. This time we're going to take away 2,000. Oh, Mr. Kagorna, you could do that in your head. That's 8,345. So this one is 8,345. Well, they want to know how much all sold in June, so that's all this whole amount they want to know. And then you just add all of those up. However you want to do it. You would add 10,345, 9,249, 12,345, and oops, excuse me, that last one's going to be 8,000. The last one is 8,345. So however you want to add those up, go ahead and pause the video. And when you have figured it out, go ahead and press play. Alrighty, how'd you do in adding those 4 numbers together? Well, I got 40,284. So now we can just write our sentence. And our sentence is, the restaurant sold 40,284 omelets in June. All right, so there you go. Well, that's it for this problem set. And as always, I'll catch you next time, matey. Same time, same place. Hasta la vista, baby. Psst, the video's over. Get to work.